Yeah, so everywhere you go, you fully restrained. You in your cell, they cuff you before you come out through the feed up slot. And if you a slasher, they put the mittens on you. So it's like your hands are like, you can't get out of them shits. So just the mental part of that was starting to fuck with my psyche. Because now, like every time, like it's so fucked up because now I don't even want to go to court because if I go to court, I know by the time I get back, if I don't learn how to come up out my cuffs, like all them other homies is teaching me, then my shoulder probably gonna be dislocated because you're gonna be cut backwards like this for like maybe 16 hours. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time you get back, your shoulder be fucked up. And not only that, they leave you in the cages in court, cuffed backwards. So, and sometimes they'll put your ops in that cell with you while you cut backwards. You got niggas in population. Sometimes they wasn't even separating the niggas in the box for the niggas that was in population. So they might throw you in a motherfucking cage with niggas that's banging and they don't got no restraints on. So you like a crash dummy. You just free fall. Your face wide open and shit. That's how wicked it was in them. And not only that, the police was doing that shit to us because police was our ops too. It wasn't only Neanderthals and Latin Kings. The ops was the police too, because we was banging on them niggas. Them Latin Kings wasn't banging on the police. Like everybody was banging against us. But we was turned up in the box, just turned up all the time, red light, green light, red light, green light. Every time that shit open, niggas would pop on the police. So they hated us too. So it was like they was letting niggas get at us, you know what I'm saying? So you had to deal with that type of fear all the time. You know what I'm saying? Going into them cages and then coming up out your cuffs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know, get a handcuff key, spit it out, pull the cuffs to the front, spit it out, unshit, and then shit out your gap. And then have your razor ready on cock. You know what I'm saying? So that was it for me for like 8 months doing that shit. And then I had to go up north. So it was just so scary. Like it was scary every step of the way. But in hindsight, when I look back, it was scary. When I was in the mix, it wasn't scary. It was like I adapted to that shit. And I didn't even know how I did it. But I know how I did it. I adapted, you know what I'm saying? Because of the situation I was in. So I adapted to that lifestyle, and it was primitive. You know what I'm saying? It was primitive. Niggas shitting shit out his ass, you know, razors out his ass, wrapped up this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's primitive, you know what I'm saying? Just put it like that. I'm going to put it all in the documentary. But just that fact, I started hating going to court. And that's the term they got, bullpen therapy, came into effect. Because bullpen therapy, it was just that. You would have to sit in the bullpens all day, and sit in buses all day, cuff backwards, and you just get so tired of that shit that you will cop out. So the system was designed, bullpen therapy was designed to make you cop out faster and to not stay in the court system. Now, motherfuckers that facing more time, they're going to put up with that bullpen therapy shit. Me, personally, I was tired. So it was a breakdown. It was a combination of things that make me cop out. You know what I'm saying? It was like they had me, and it was like I was tired of that bullpen therapy shit, and I was tired of being restrained in the pound. I didn't want to go upstate in restraint, so your record don't follow you from the city to the state. So you leave the pound, you going right to population upstate. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got an ad seg tag on you, administrative segregation tag on you. So going to court was trouble. Every time you had to go to court, you had to know, you had to be on point. You know what I'm saying? You had to have your razor. You had to have a handcuff key. And most of the time you was going to eat. You was going to eat food out there. So a lot of the times, a lot of that blood work was happening from the pound, going to court. The court cages, there's so many blood stains on the motherfucking floors of them cages in courts from every borough, son. From the Bronx, the Brooklyn, the Queens. Every borough that's a court. I don't think it was too much in Staten Island because there wasn't a lot of population of Latin Kings in Staten Island. But the Bronx and Brooklyn, and not too much Queens, but the Bronx and Brooklyn and Manhattan, those are the three boroughs that a lot of blood stains are on those court cages, on those floors in the cages. You know what I'm saying? So that was it. Going back and forth to court, and it was just rough, man. And then going upstate, I guess I'll put that in the third part of going upstate to population to landing in downstate first. Well, I stayed for 1 day, turned it up in reception one day, me and Scar. Well, I turned it up one of the OG, Scar Valentine, in the mess hall. Then from there, they shipped me right to Elmira. Not population, but Elmira reception. And then that's when I was there with the rest of my homies. It was maybe about 6, 7 of us. Probably 6, 7 of us at that reception. And outnumbered again. But Elmira, but it was bloody, man. It was bloody. Like, it was bloody, man. Every time we came in that yard, we was eating and shit. You know what I'm saying? Every time we came in the reception yard, we was eating. Because in reception, you can't come outside a lot. You come out in the yard in the morning, some shit. They give you rec times and shit. And then you go, I guess you do your daily shit and your bath out and get showers and all that. But, yeah, and then I got the other parts for the Chronicles coming for the upstate part of, or, all of the shits I went through with the police and shit, getting stomped out by the police up there. Like, it was crazy, man. Most of my wars been with fucking police, to be honest with you. Like, I had a few run-ins with, like, ops and shit. Like, I had a lot, but stabbed in my lungs. But the police, mostly because of the box time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they control the box. So, that's it. Basically, that's it. I could touch on some more, but I think this is good for now. Yeah, this is good.